Aloha mai kako. My name is Nainoa Thompson, and I'm with the Voyaging canoe Hōkūleʻa on our trip down to a place called the Convergence Zone near the equator. And it's a school for calms, a school for storms, a school for rain. It's an extraordinary place. But we are right now on a mooring ball outside of Lahaina Harbor in the lee of all this weather. And so our leadership got together. We've been looking at the winds from Maui Island with Captain Bruce Blankenfeld and Captain Archie Kalepa. And I talked with Captain Shorty Berleman, who was in Waimea and Kauai, looking at the weather for us in the Big Island. The challenge we have right now is safely crossing the channel between Maui and Big Island. It's called the Ali Nui Haha, and there's many reasons why that name, but part of it is like the sound of thunder when the waves crack. Part of it's about Ali Nui. It's the big ocean waves, and there's a reason for that. Why our ancestors would give it that kind of a name. It's considered the second roughest channel in the world, and there's reasons, because if you can imagine, you have these two giant mountains, well, actually three, Mauna Kea, the North Kohala Mountains, and on the island of Hawaii, and then the tall mountain of Haleakala on Maui. So the winds can't go over those mountains. They get funneled into the Ali Nui Haha. So you have very strong winds. But the other reason is that it builds a big wave. And the third ingredient that makes it really dangerous is that when the current opposes the wind, it's called stacking waves. It's a place that the voyagers have great respect for because of that wave. And so what it is that the current starts to steepen the wave, make it higher, and then the Ali Nui Haha, I would characterize my little experience in it. It's not like the wave is coming at you when it hits the canoe. Many times it's coming down on you. It's so steep, so tall that it breaks down on the canoe. So it's not like water's hitting the canoe laterally, sideways. It's putting tons and tons of ocean water on top of the canoe. And so we are training for the storm, but also being smart about certain areas on the earth that you need to have high respect for, so that our job is to grow as students, to grow and learn by observing nature. And so we are here waiting for nature to tell us when we can go. So we set all our schedules and our calendars. Everybody has to do that. These crews are volunteers. They all got to get back. But the final decision about sailing, leaving a port, is up to nature to tell us when it's time to go. And it's not the time. So we are standing by, we are paying attention, we are being patient, because that's what we're trained to do by the great navigator Maopiailug. And we also, what we do is we rely on our going and observing nature, looking out 4 miles into the horizon, but we also use science and technology to help us with the decisions. And we have a very good, loyal friend, the director of National Weather Service in the Central Pacific, Ray Tanabe, who is following us now and giving us advice about from his perspective, from a satellite, from a radar, from observations that we have both in space and on different positions in the oceans and on the land. So he's a great friend. He's loves these canoes and he protects them. And so we are in contact with him also. And he did call today and said that it's supposed to increase. So we'll see. We're just going to watch, pay attention, stay in contact, because our job is to protect this canoe. Our job is to keep the crew safe, and our job is making sure they go home to their families. So we're going to do what we're supposed to do: watch, pay attention, and make. Bruce and Archie and myself are making making team decisions for safety, because they have so much experience, and so that's where we are. We're standing by. We're waiting for the wind to tell us what to do, and we're very grateful to the National Weather Service also. Thank you.